posted of you and her on Father's Day?
What's that?
The picture that Brooke posted of you and her on Father's
Yeah.
Day?
And she
feels like,
look
how fat he is.
I know.
But we caught her
Oh, yeah.
before it had spread.
That's when I was,
3 years ago, right?
yeah, 3
It's
or 4.
four, but then they say it's 100% curable.
Oh, yeah, wow. I was
And so
right
she
at
had
about
to do these-
195.
They put a board in
You
for
know,
and then
65, 60.
they had these 5-day interview strip.
High school.
And just trying to keep her for 5 days. And she just finished. Today was yesterday. They finished at 3 a.m.
I think so. She'll be late.
And they said, my brother was like, yes, we went on it, so what's going on? You know, like, I was keeping in touch with him. What's the latest? He's like, the doctor's on the weekend, so. Searching, they couldn't find him. So, she has been talking, and it's the day after he left. Right after that, they do scans and blood tests. It looks like it's
Where's she at?
It's up in Michigan. Yeah, where I'm from originally. She's up. That's why my brother was always there. And also,
You still planning on going to Florida?
yes. Sometimes she was,
Hello.
hello. But it happens.
Yeah.
And I talked to your guy. Training. And I just never got it. I got
Oh, yeah,
I got
never
so
do it.
busy. I just got so busy.
Yeah.
I was fine with it when it seemed like.
Oh yeah, that's good. Good.
I just never got it. I just got so busy.
That's something like that.
Yeah. Just want to see him. I got agents up there. Building agency. So I got agents up there. We did a so I'm gonna have having success, so go up there.
And how often you go?
Depends. Ride with them, you know, see what's going on.
Never ends.
It never ends.
That's.
It's,
Oh yeah.
it's good. Let's get it. We're having a big thing next month up in Michigan.
No.
Very excited for us to go up for that.
Nice. I heard Sharon is getting married this weekend. No?
Is it this weekend?
That's
I
what
know-
I
I
heard.
knew it was coming up.
I was talking to.
I don't know if it was this weekend. I wasn't
Spreadsheet.
invited, so.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Me neither.
It's
It's
like,
up the
he's trying to
spreadsheet.
get a serious shoestring.
Oh yeah.
He said, oh, he doesn't make a lot.
She come here anymore?
Yeah.
How's she doing? You talk to her?
Yeah, I get
I
that.
don't talk to her.
Because I mean, it's not the size of the winning
No.
water.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
high maintenance.
Sounds like the right, perfect
I
woman for
see it.
him.
I saw him.
We went you in a little
I
hat.
went to Sundar.
No, they aren't. She's very much,
And I went to that.
pay
and I saw him
attention
there.
to me, say nice
He
things
seemed
to
happy.
me,
He was, you know.
give me things.
Called me. What you get there?
She wants her ego
Oh.
straight. That's why she posts pictures
Like,
like
you're
that.
young, get it now while
Oh, you're
it's
so
cheap,
Yeah,
bro.
pretty.
when you can,
You
yeah.
look so
Exactly.
good.
Not after that, when it's too late, you know.
Too late, don't pull a stretch.
Right.
New monostat is
Musical chairs.
Yes, ma'am.
No, every time I come in, I have to do a different.
Hey, how are you?
Right, that's what she's fishing for.
Good.
You always want a
That's
different,
up to you, you keep the
That's
same
right,
one.
shit, man.
Oh, really?
When you were there
He
last.
still wants to ride.
you always want a different.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got into several accidents myself in the past, not like he is old. I stayed 1 year without walking, and that was bad enough. But I still rode
That's
after
all
that.
it is. We need
You
those
quit riding?
sometimes too.
No, I rode after
I
that.
promise you, if all
Yeah,
these
I
chairs were
passed
like
my
this,
license
it
again.
wouldn't
Because,
matter.
because about my wife usually one of my business partner got into an accident. This happens.
In this city, I would think.
Well, that kind
The city is, it's just got that, and the traffic, and the wind. You know, they got that new law coming up.
of text.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, how's everybody doing? Hey, turn that light off over here.
We all right. We all right. Well, how's everybody doing?
Doing great.
Hey, we got to get to. How's everybody? How's everybody?
Fantastic.
It's Wednesday. Good to see you. Welcome everybody online. We're live as well online. We're live. We have a live studio audience here with us as well. We're having fun. It is a Wednesday, June the 20th, 2018. Can you believe half the year is over?
Huh?
Half of 2018 is over.
Happy summer solstice.
Yes, June 20th, 2018. It's a great day in the neighborhood, guys. It really is. So come on in, have a seat. We got people filing in. If we run out of chairs here, back in the back closet back there's a bunch of chairs. There's about 20, 30 chairs. So good to see everybody. Glad to have everybody that's online with us. For you folks that are joining us online that aren't here live tonight, you're watching this later. We're going to do a Q&A session here at the end of the meditation. We do about a 20-minute meditation each week. This week's topic is called Healing Your Health Issues. So we're going to do a 20-minute guided meditation surrounding that topic, which is going to be very beneficial, very interesting. And then we're going to have a question and answer, a Q&A session afterwards. We can talk about maybe anything that came up in the meditation you had a question about. We can discuss those things as well as any other questions that you have. For you folks online, if you want to post your questions online, I'll take those as well. We'll try to get those together, and we can put together the people online and the people that are here in person and mesh the whole thing together and make it interesting. Okay, so my guided meditation, a lot of people have asked me, why did you start doing this now and all that? And the answer is this. There's nothing more beneficial, especially in today's crazy, unpredictable world, day by day, moment by moment, than to be in a focused, centered, even what you might call a meditative state. Now, you don't have to get in a yoga pose and all that to get into meditation. That's a misconception. That's an old belief system that's on the way out. Meditation is more about focus. It's about being able to be centered within your thoughts, within your emotions at any given time. But when we do it formally, like we're doing it here, we're doing it as a group. We're doing it in a guided meditation sense. First of all, there's an energy because we have a collective group of people together. This is exciting because, especially if you're in person together, that collective energy is powerful. Even in the Bible, it says, if two or more of you are gathered, there I am, which means that not necessarily in a physical God outside sense. It's more of an energy sense, in more of a physics sense. It's collective energy. It's powerful. It creates miracles. It creates things. It moves energy, moves things. So when we get together like this and we do this, we create you might even call it a vortex of energy within your own vortex of energy, as Abraham would say. So it's powerful. It's multiplied. So whether you're here in person, it's better to be here in person because it's more powerful. But if you can be here online, you still get the energy. It still moves. So we do this so that we can learn to, we want to really focus on three things. My meditations focus on three things. And we really don't want to really focus on anything while we're meditating except letting go. But while we're doing that, the intention that I've set up with these meditations covers three things. The first thing is improved health. When you meditate properly, you let go all your cells in your body, communicate, they balance, they come together, and they allow the well-being of the universe, the highest vibrational frequencies, to allow it to be part of you at the same time. So there's a healing aspect, a very powerful healing aspect. The second thing is to receive messages from Spirit. We are able to let in a higher consciousness information when we're meditating properly and we're letting go. The third thing is to quicken or speed up our deliberate manifestational process. And deliberate manifestation means those things that you particularly are desiring in your life or have desired all your life. Those things that you want to happen, those circumstances, those physical things, those non-physical things, all the above. Those things to manifest, we bring in through the crack of least resistance in meditation, we bring in the opportunity for the universe to really bring those things into physical form for us. Whether it's in the next 5 minutes or an hour or a week from now or a month from now or even a year from now. But it usually happens, some of those things happen very quickly. Now we want to mention in this process that there's a thing called divine timing. And that divine timing, you might say, is we are a co-creator with the universe. We want to be in sync with it. And so meditation properly allows us to be a partner in the best possible way. Not just any partner, but in the most powerful way. So we go with the flow, as Abraham mentions, we go downstream, we go with the flow in such a powerful way that we let in all those good things that we want, or those things we desire. And in a sense, and Bashar talks about this, we kind of push away the things we don't want in that process during meditation. And you think that maybe, 15, 20 minutes of meditation, well, that's not enough time to accomplish anything. And what we want to do is we want to say, it accomplishes everything. It really does. It allows power while you're still conscious, but yet not asleep, to take place. And the more you do it, the more it builds steam, it builds energy. The more you do it, and during your days, the more you can become in a meditative state, even though you're not sitting around with your eyes closed and you're out of your brain, your thoughts, you're still allowing in what you want. And the more you allow in what you want, guess what? The more manifestations take place that you want rather than the manifestations that you don't want. Now, we will say this. We'll make this very clear. That we live on a planet that is a dual polarity planet, which means there is a positive and a negative charge. It's completely equal on this planet. Not one over the other. 50-50. Which means that no matter how hard we try in our lives to make everything perfect, to make everything positive on the positive side of the equation as we see it, as we perceive it, it's never going to be that way, guys. Because the planet was never designed for pure, positive, complete, non-contrast circumstances. But we can tip those scales enough, often enough, that we get the positive, what you might call the positive side of things, the happy things, the loving things, the joyful things, all those things. We can tip it enough more of the time that the universe will manifest those things that you want to a degree that you sometimes won't even hardly get to notice the negative or the contrasting scenarios that come up. But we're guaranteed to experience, no matter how much you meditate, no matter how strong you think you are, no matter how positive we think we are, the universe is going to throw at us things in our life, in our path, to help us to transform them into something more desirable, one way or the other. And when we talk about health, for instance, people say, well, no matter how hard we try, we're still going to be ill. We're still going to have times when we don't feel good. And that would be true. In fact, all the masters will tell you that we come into lifetimes with prior energy. I call them lifetime template energetic projections. A good example of that would be a baby that's born with cancer or something else. And you say, how could this baby be born if it hasn't offered any resistance, so to speak, on these topics? How could it be born with this terrible disease or terrible circumstances or without a limb or some other thing that we would say is abnormal? And it's been explained many, many times by many masters and by non-physical consciousness that we have a template, and we come in sometimes, we bring things in on purpose, in order to learn, to transform our circumstances while our short time here on earth is taking place. We say that's cruel. Some people say, well, how could God let that happen? This is old spiritual teachings that are false premises, friends. Because these are things that we choose to bring in. You say, why would I choose to bring in cancer or some other terribly difficult circumstance in my life? We say it's because when you came in, you knew that you had so many lifetimes, that there was something particular that you wanted to work on to try to transform it, a challenge, a contrast. And even later in our lives, when things come up, sometimes we're bebopping along and things seem to be going really well, and then out of the blue, out of left field, we think everything's just fine. We're doing so good. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, bam, something hits us out of left field, and you say, what the hell? How could this have happened? It could be an illness. It could be a financial problem. It could be a family issue. We could lose somebody close to us. We could see all kinds of different circumstances hit us. And you say, well, wait a minute. How did this happen? And a lot of people that really are into the law of attraction and that whole mindset, metaphysics, would say, wait a minute, did I create this? And the answer is, yes, you did. You created all of it, 100% of it. And you say, well, why would I do that? You say, well, because some of it was created, if not all of it, sometimes was created before you ever stepped into this planet Earth as a baby and became human. You say, well, that's not possible. And the answer is, yes, it is possible. Just like all the attributes that you have as a human. You came in with a personality, you have different traits, your hair's a certain color, your body's a certain weight, your body structure's a certain way, you like certain things, you like certain foods, you're very, very unique, and a lot of that is things that you put together before you came in. So, when it comes to health, and that's our topic tonight, we're going to talk about just a little bit about how we can transform anything surrounding our health. We can transform it, friends. It may not seem like it. Even the masters, I want to talk about Jesus for just a minute because everyone's familiar with the stories. He was able to transform people that were blind, people with leprosy. On the spot, he was able to resurrect people from the dead. And the stories go on. On the spot. Well, how was he able to do that? Well, Cryon explains that a little bit. He says Jesus' DNA activation as a human was over 90%, when the rest of humankind, for the most part, is in the mid-30s as a DNA activation. So a master at a higher DNA activation can perform things that we would call miracles, when there really aren't miracles. They're things that happen on such a high energetic level that things transform. The physical transforms into something else. So the good news is that you as humans, me, us, all of us now in this energy that we're living in today in 2018, have the ability now to transform the physical if we want, if we believe it. And one of the ways we can do it is, first, we have to believe that it's possible. We have to believe. We have to believe. Remember in the Bible, it even said, Jesus even said, all you have to do is believe. And he would ask them, do you want to be healed? Ask them the question, because we don't do anything. Spirit, the universe, energy does nothing by force. Nothing. We can't force another person to heal. We can't force another person to change. We can't force another person to love. The only thing we can do is allow ourselves to do whatever we're going to do. And so when it comes to healing, when it comes to health, when it comes to our physical body, our emotional state, our mental state, all we can do is allow in the well-being from the universe. We can get assistance from others. We can be guided to believe more. In meditation, I want to clarify something here. When you let go and you get into a guided meditation, you allow your body to just relax with no resistance or very little resistance for longer periods of time. What happens when we're in that state of consciousness is not only are our cells, our 350 trillion cells, communicating at the highest level, balancing, healing, cohabitating in a very, very happy, joyous way that promotes healing. Not only that, but even more so, is that we're allowing our consciousness, our higher being, our inner being, to communicate with us with answers, with solutions that we need to know. In other words, in that state of being, our inner being can give us solutions. If we need to go to a doctor and see somebody, we'll find that solution. It will be downloaded to us. If we need to take a certain food or herb or drink, it'll be downloaded to us in those times of non-resistance during meditation. If we need to make a phone call to somebody or send an email to somebody or a text, or if we need to read something or watch something on the internet, or if somebody's going to contact us about something that's important, we're going to get that downloaded information. When we're in that really high state of consciousness during meditation, our inner being, which has all the wisdoms and all the answers, including all the answers to all of our health issues, all of them, we let in that ability to come in, to download that into our consciousness. We may not get it right during the meditation, but maybe hours later or days later we'll get it, you see. But it'll be perfectly timed because the universe never makes a mistake. We just perceive it to be a mistake. So what excites me about guided meditation is I feel that there's nothing more important that I could share with my fellow humans on this planet, given the energy we're in on planet Earth and what's going on, and how quickly things are changing every day, and how more and more the planetary alignments and the energy involved and the human family, how much we're evolving and how quickly we're evolving, because what comes with evolvement, okay, is the other side of the coin, which is the contrast. The things that we don't like become illuminated even more. You see, when you shine a brighter light on things, guess what? You see things you didn't see before. The things that were hidden in the shadows can't be in the shadows anymore. When you shine a brighter light on things, the shadows aren't there any longer, and they have to come up. And when they come up, we start to see a lot of things sometimes we don't like, because before we couldn't see them, and now all of a sudden we see them, and it brings up fear. And when it brings up fear, friends, whether it's in us personally or the collective, there's a fight, there's a war that goes on, because we don't like change, and we fear change. We fear it, so we fight against it. And we're seeing it, friends, on planet Earth. We're seeing the fight take place. And that fight is escalating. And what that does is it creates a fight in us. If we're not careful, if we're not conscious, if we're not aware, if we're not focused, it causes a fight in us to come up, because the fear raises, comes up from the depths, fears we don't even know we have. And then we catch ourselves maybe being overly angry about things or overly blaming. That's a big one. Blaming this one and that one. And sometimes it's the people that are closest to us that we're blaming. Them. You're wrong, and you did this to me, and you did that to me, and stop that, and stop this, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't say that, and you shouldn't be that. All these fears come up. And that's when, in our consciousness, we have to grab ourselves and say, wait a minute. Snap out of it. It's time to snap out of it. I got to come back to my center here. I got to come back and breathe. I got to get back into me here. I'm looking outside of me way too much. I'm trying to direct my life based on everything outside of me, based on everyone outside of me. Wait a minute, I have an inner being here that has an agenda and a template and a path. And I got to get back on that thing. And you can't do it, friends, when you're looking outside of yourself all the time, trying to gauge where your life should be. Can't do it. And our health suffers. That's the first thing that deteriorates. We may not even know it until one day we wake up and boom, we have all kinds of problems. We say, where did this come from? And the answer is always over time. Over time. I'll say one more thing and then we're going to get to the guided meditation. Remember this. Everything, including our bodies, our emotions, our health, is energy. Some level or form of energy. All of it. Every illness that we have is an energy. Every what you call solid physical thing in your what you call solid physical body is an energy at some level. It's some vibrational frequency. Everything. Thoughts are energy. Emotions are energy at different levels, vibratory frequencies. Everything is a frequency. This broadcast on Facebook Live is a frequency. Being in this room with all the people that are here live creates a frequency, a vibration. Even though you have individual frequencies happening, our frequencies are melding together, forming one frequency. And as we're here, it's raising, 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 raising. What do we mean by raising, raising? It means when you raise your frequency, you raise your consciousness. What it means is you're getting higher and higher on the vibration scale into the love vibration, the vibration of integration, and further away from the vibration of disintegration energy. You see, when we get sick in our bodies, it's because we're being pulled apart. We're disintegrating at the cellular level. When we're integrating, we're becoming weller and weller, more well-being. And love is the high frequency that creates the integration of our cells in our body so that we're healthy and we feel good and we have energy and we're joyful and happy and we can manifest the things we want. When we drop on those frequencies, when you say somebody's low vibration or low frequency or they're negative, what we're saying is they still vibrate, they still have frequencies, they still have energy. But they're lower on the scale, they're closer to that fear energy, that disintegrating energy that pulls apart, and that's what we see. That's when we see people coming apart. That's when we see a world that's tearing itself apart, right? We see people fighting, trying to destroy one another, harming one another. Those lower vibrational frequencies. Now, there's no judgment in the universe. The universe says you can do that, fine. We're not here to stop you. You want to kill somebody? Go ahead. You want to harm yourself? Go ahead. You want to destroy your own body? Go ahead. The universe doesn't judge. But the universe says, why would you want to do that when you can choose the opposite? Why would you want to do that when you can choose a higher vibration, a higher frequency? You can love more. You can have a healthier body. You see? And when you get a taste of that, all things change. They transform. So tonight we want to get into this meditation. It'll be 20 minutes. Afterwards, we're going to go on the Q&A. So if you have questions online, folks that are online, please post them there. We want to hear your questions. It's good to have everybody together. We are enjoying this evening together. So let's get started. Get yourself in a comfortable position. We're going to start the music here. We just want you to start out by breathing in and out very easily, very softly. Find a rhythm in your breathing. You can be in any position you like, just as long as you're relaxed. Breathing is the key to everything, friends. Breathing is the force, the life force. It opens the pineal gland and the brain. It opens everything up so that you can get into those frequencies, those places that create healing. Also, breathing is the super highway to the supernatural. It's the way we get there through the breath. It transforms our cells and opens them up. So let's get started. So let's concentrate on our breathing together. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment and let it out. We want to be a little deliberate in our breathing. We want to breathe in deeply through the nose if you can. Hold it for a moment and then breathe all the way out. Find a nice peaceful rhythm within yourself. Breathe in and breathe out. Picture the air entering your lungs. Breathe in, pause, and breathe out. Fill your entire lungs as full as you can. Breathe in and breathe out. Relax every fiber of your body from your head to your toe. Breathe in and breathe out. Picture in your mind a cleansing, crystal clear, vibrant breath of fresh air that's entering your body, cleansing every cell. And when you breathe out all the unwanted debris, things you do not desire. Breathe in the crystal clear life force of the universe. As you breathe in, picture this clear, crystal clear life force entering the cells of your body from your head all the way through your torso, through your heart, through your stomach, through your hips, through your thighs, through your calves, through your ankles, and through your feet. Take a deep breath. Really fill those lungs. The breath of life, there's nothing like it. It's what you came here to experience. This is it, in this moment, right now, in this very moment. Nothing else matters. Feel the light entering your entire system. Take a deep breath and let it out. Picture your auric field, that invisible field of energy that surrounds you. 8 feet in each direction, above you, around you, below you. Yes, this is your auric energetic field created by your soul at the core. Fill that auric field with bright, pure, crystal clear light, cleansed with you in the center. Now you even see yourself as a light being within this bubble of auric field light. That is at 8 feet in each direction. Yes, you are massive. You are truly an incredible being. Breathe in and breathe out. It feels good to be alive, to be here in this moment. Now, picture anywhere within your physical body that there might be what you call an imbalance, an illness, or something uncomfortable. Whether it's an ache or a pain, or perhaps even a major illness. Picture that place, and there may be more than one in this moment. And as you breathe in crystal clear, pure, white light energy, and feel that spot or those spots as you breathe in, healing, integrating the cells one by one, waking them up. And as you breathe out any debris, unwanted, negativity, or anything else that you do not want. Breathe it out and let it go. For good. Picture any organs in your body that may be weak, such as your heart, or your lungs, or your liver, or your pancreas, or your kidneys, or any muscles, or tendons, or bones, or cartilage. Perhaps your back, perhaps your hips, or your knees, or your ankles, perhaps your shoulders, or your neck, or your head. Perhaps it's your skin, or your fingers, or your wrists. Picture these areas, and any of them that have been out of balance. Breathe in pure, white, crystal, healing energy into these areas and fill them up completely, 100% integrated, whole, full of the highest of well-being. Feel the transformation. Feel the intelligence of all 350 trillion cells in your body in this moment, communicating, working, teamwork in behalf of you. You are the boss. You are the creator. And they are listening 24/7 to your instructions. Breathe in and breathe out. No matter what imbalance you may have or have had, doesn't matter how serious or how long-standing or how solid you may think it is. The supernatural, the universe, spirit, your body, your intelligence, your inner being can transform anything in the blink of an eye. There are no limits to spirit. The only limits that exist are in your mind. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we want you to picture yourself in a beautiful garden. Pick your garden, your perfect garden, just for you. It may be full of beautiful flowers, different types, different vegetation, trees, bushes. The most beautiful garden you can imagine. And you are standing right in the middle of it. You're looking around in awe of this beautiful garden. You can smell the beauty, the power of spirit through the earth. It's unmistakable. And your connection here in this garden. The colors are so vibrant, they don't look real. And you feel connected, at peace. And as you look around the garden, it's a very large garden. You say to yourself, I'm in paradise. This is paradise. And over to your left a little ways, you notice there's a beautiful pond. And so you decide to stroll over to this beautiful pond. It's got lilies, actually. Beautiful lilies floating in this lily pond. And as you stand at the banks of this pond, looking down into the pond, you notice how crystal clear and beautiful the water is. You might even be able to see the bottom. crystal clear water, so clear that you actually would love to take a drink of it. But it is inviting you to get down on your knees so that you can touch and put your hand in this water. Reach down and feel the water with your hand, this crystal clear water, and note the purity, the freshness of this water. As you look to your right on the bank next to you, you notice that there is a large golden goblet. It's a large glass container, a golden goblet with glass that you can see through. It's both gold and glass together. Why is it gold and glass together? It denotes the alchemy that's taking place, the mixture. You can see through the glass, and yet the value of the gold is precious. You grab the goblet in your right hand, and you bring your left hand together so that you're holding this goblet, because it's very large, so that you can take both hands and dip it into the water to fill the goblet with this crystal clear water. And once you fill this goblet with this crystal clear water from the pond, you hold this goblet with both hands above your head. And as you look up at the goblet, you pour the entire contents of the water over your head so that it covers you, refreshes your whole body with this crystal clear water. Sort of like a baptism, in a sense. It is cleansing every cell of your body. And you feel completely 100% refreshed. And as you take a deep breath and you let it out, you give thanks. And you're in complete gratitude and appreciation for this amazing feeling of wholeness and purity and cleanliness and well-being. You bow your head, and metaphorically you close your eyes with a goblet in your hands. And you thank yourself for having the courage to make this trip, to be here. And as you do, you open your eyes, metaphorically, in your meditation. And as you look down at the water in this pond, you see your reflection now. You see a reflection of you. And as you peer at yourself in the pond, staring yourself in the eye, in awe of who you are, you say to yourself, I love you. I love you. You say it 3 times. I love you. I love you. And you feel a connection with you deeper than you've ever felt in this lifetime. Because you are more whole, more complete, more full, more pure than you've ever been. Breathe in and breathe out. We want you to sit with this for just a moment while you breathe in and breathe out at a nice, slow, consistent pace, being all that you are. Now, we want you to take 3 deep breaths, one at a time. And after the 3rd breath, we want you to open your eyes and come back into your body to the here and now. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. You can now open your eyes. You might want to shake your hands a little bit, wiggle your toes a little bit, maybe rub your hands together, rub your legs, rub your arms, get back in your physical body. Okay? Well, how's everybody?
Well,
Relaxed? Good. That's the idea. How's everybody online? Good? You with us? All right. So, hopefully you got a chance to go deep down there. Any questions? Anything that you experienced that you want to talk about? Anything online? Let me see if we got online. All right. Are we online? Yeah, it looks like we're recording. Okay. Make sure. All right. So, questions, comments? You know, you can go back, and I leave these posted on Facebook, and I have a YouTube channel as well where I post them on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you can go back and re-experience these meditations later if you want to, because I leave them online. So the whole thing is recorded. So you might want to find yourself going back and doing that. It's a nice tool as well to use. So, any questions? And the questions can be about anything. I know you're kind of getting back in your body, kind of getting your consciousness back. We went really deep this week, and as the weeks go by, every week gets deeper and deeper because we get used to the energy, and we go deeper into our consciousness. And the beauty of it is you never lose track of where you were before. You can't go backwards. That's the beauty of it. So,
you said this was related to health.
speak up just a little bit.
You said this was related to our health.
Yeah.
Our health. Can you talk a little more about a meditation and how it can impact our health for?
Yeah, you know, I talked about it in the beginning quite a bit. Yeah, before you actually got here.
No, I heard it.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk to you more about it.
Yeah, well, you know, the title of this week is Healing Your Health Issues. And so, because everything is energy, and because our physical bodies are physical, and we do have ailments, we do have things, you know, we have colds, we get sore throats, we get the flu sometimes, most people, have got things, and sometimes we get serious things. We get some things that we just can't shake overnight or a week or two. It might be months sometimes, or even years with some health issues. There's people listening right now, I guarantee you, that have serious illnesses. And we've all had them. You know, some of us have deeper illnesses than others. But
I think what you said higher vibrations. So I'm just wondering, the meditations help us have a higher vibration. I know you said we can't move contrast. We got to get contrast. But I'm just wondering if you can meditate and achieve a higher enough vibration that health is more forthcoming in you, that you are creating better health in yourself.
absolutely, that's what this is all about. And let me explain that just a minute, because I want everybody to be clear on this point.